He's walked through storms, unshaken, unbowed. Through trials and verdicts, still standing proud. A titan in the tempest, against the raging crowd. He's got a vision for the future, gonna shout it aloud. Changing the wind, it's coming fast. A new foundation built to last. Cryptocurrency's the key. Make the big switch. Power to the people. Time to teach the rich. Legal battles can't hold him. He's moving on. With plans so bold, from dusk till dawn. He's rewriting the rules. A new dawn's day. From the hands of the few to the people's way. Say goodbye to all chains, embrace the new. A financial revolution, fair and true. For the workers, the dreamers, side by side. In Trump's new era, let freedom rise. Changing the wind, it's coming fast. A new foundation built to last.
Welcome everyone to the Crazy Kryptonaut channel. I am Zester, and thank you guys so much for joining this evening. How is everyone's week starting? What is Mile High Trish? Happy Monday and happy President's Day. Very, very true. It is a holiday, and it's a holiday that for many years I honestly didn't celebrate because, well, look at a lot of the past presidents. But this year, it does have a little bit more of a ring to it than it has in the past. It's a little more exciting than it's previously been. Just kind of thinking back throughout my life, there are very few shining beacons to really look back to on this federal holiday. And it kind of became one of those holidays that you just laugh at. You're like, hey, free day off. That's what I thought it was in school. In school, it was, oh, yeah, George Washington, Thomas Jefferson. Depending upon which classroom you were in, Franklin Delano Roosevelt or Ronald Reagan or Teddy Roosevelt. But it really does have a little bit more importance starting now. I'm curious to see what everyone else thinks on that one. Is it just a normal President's Day, or are you a little bit more excited about the holiday, or at least a little more excited to place a little bit of reverence towards the folks that not only are serving today, but have served in the past? What's up, Kukla? Thank you and Trish so much for everything you do, and I'm glad that you're getting to take a break, Trish. Good evening, David, and thank you so much for the apple, man. Expialidocious. I'm assuming I'm pronouncing that one right. Is in expialidocious a spoonful of sugar? I think it's Mary Poppins. I'm going with Mary Poppins, and I think I'm somewhat close to the pronunciation. But I saw Trish here calling out Pops on that side, so I had to give it a go. All right, though, guys, we're going to go through hellos and all of that, and then we're going to jump into the news today. We do have a very, very interesting little thing to go over in terms of the global news in crypto, and so today is going to be a bit of fun, but also probably not fun for folks that invested in the cryptocurrency. And so if anyone out there invested in the Argentinian president's-backed cryptocurrency Libra, please shout out in the chat throughout tonight. I would love to talk to you about it. What's up, Hands to Heart Pottery? And welcome, Michelle. Welcome, Crypto Warden, and welcome, Eddie. Oh, welcome, Richard Gregory. Grow the whiskers, Zester, and won't look like you're 16. Yeah, I'm on my way. I'm letting them grow. We'll see what happens. Although with the camera, it doesn't look quite as full as it does in person. Or maybe I'm just making excuses. Maybe I'm just making excuses. What's up, Mary Jones and Dr. Honeycutt? Oh, hey there, Deborah. Please do remember, guys, an important one here, that the content in this podcast is for educational and entertainment purposes and is not intended to provide financial advice. Please consult with a financial professional before making investment decisions. That's an important one, Kugler. Thank you so much. What's up, Sam? All right. Yep, Eddie helps the medicine go down. I'm not too far off. I'm not too far off. Robin, howdy, Robin. I'm glad you enjoyed the kitty cat party. I had a lot of fun with it, and I know that the kitty cats for the rest of the night were maniacs. Those lollipops are dangerous. The cats are still attacking me, trying to get another one, and so I would definitely say. And I put the package somewhere because I planned on saving it. But those lollipops that I showed everyone in the video on last Friday, oh my Lord. The cats are still losing their mind. They were attacking the trash bag trying to get the lollipop stick. I've had to take it out immediately, even though there's no trash. It's not time to take out the trash or anything like that. I've had to take it out just because the cats are losing their crap over those lollipops. And so definitely a recommend. If whatever company makes those lollipops, please contact us. I think we would love to represent them because they have got extremely good ingredients and the cats are nuts over them. Absolutely nuts. What's up, D. Flynn? Oh, Doc Honeycutt. Everyone, please hit the like button. Thank you. Thank you so much, Doc. And it's definitely appreciated. It makes a difference. Otherwise, people don't get to ask their questions because YouTube just doesn't ever show that the video exists. So that is much appreciated. What's up, Melinda? What's up, Vicky Royal Tranche? Say welcome to the chat room, but I can't see anyone else's post. Do you have to be subscribed? No, Vicky, you don't have to be subscribed, but there are far more folks chatting over on YouTube, Vicky, and so you may want to check out the YouTube one. You may want to check it out. What's up, Neil? Howdy, Zester. Getting ready for the Snow Wednesday. Oh. North Carolina's looking at snow this week? Oh, man. Oh, man. Tommy is a visitor. He's not mine, but he's very much loved, and he's appreciated. And so Tommy is a visitor. He's the playmate of Tino and Tina right now, but he is awesome. A very unique and very weird cat, Mr. Tommy is. My eye, Trish, didn't you give the last of the bag to Mark for Penny? I did. And he keeps forgetting to feed Penny her lollipop during his streams. I have reminded him now 3 times. And so y'all are more than welcome to give him a hard time over it because I keep reminding him. Hey, Starboard Tack, what's up, Freeze? How are you doing, man? When are you coming to hang out? That's all I have to ask. When are you coming to hang out? Yep, pretty much. And what's up, Captain Spiffy? All right, and what's up, Savvy? All right, with all of that covered, let's go ahead and jump in to the news because we do have some. Well, if anything, y'all are going to be entertained. I don't know if y'all are naturally going to enjoy all the news today, but you're going to be entertained. And so first things first, let's go ahead and check out the charts. The market's been fairly stagnant since we last talked. And so we can look at that one over the 7 days. We talked last Monday, and we were pretty much sitting at the exact same point. Although we were kind of moving up towards the CPI data later in the week. And so currently sitting $96,000 Bitcoin. What was somewhat interesting today and in the past 48 hours, we saw Ethereum have a pretty good little run. And so Ethereum hit 2,832 today. Now, when we zoom out all of our charts, it's a blip, an absolute blip. Doesn't have any kind of consequential meaning, but we did see Ethereum kind of break away from the other cryptos. XRP, though, has definitely been doing way better than the rest. And so remember that month chart we just looked at over there on Ethereum? I'll go back for a reference point. That month chart, we saw a massive drop off starting at the beginning of February. When we go to XRP, we don't have that same degree of drop off. It started at the same point. We had that major drop where everybody was absolutely freaking out, and my phone would not stop ringing February 2nd and February 3rd. And now we've started to see pretty much a stabilization of the price. But XRP has been outperforming all the rest. And so on the 7 days, XRP up 10.1%, Bitcoin down 1.4% on the 7 days, Ethereum doing pretty well, and then BNB definitely operating outside of its weight class in terms of all the information going around at this point. BNB is in a very weird place at the moment. But all right, with that, let's get into the fun stuff. All right, everybody knows about Argentina, or at least I think most folks in the community know about Argentina because Argentina's been in the news a lot over the past year and a half, 2 years on account of Javier Milei, which please apologize for my pronunciation. I am learning Spanish and I'm pretty decent at it, but I'm still not great with names. Names of cities, names of folks. And so I probably mispronounced Javier Milei's name at least a little bit, but we've been hearing about him. Very similar to Bukele in El Salvador, he's trying to revolutionize the country of Argentina. Argentina has faced massive debt crises over the past decades. They've done a lot. We would need 10 hours to go over the history lesson of the country of Argentina just over the past 100 years because, well, they've done a lot of interesting stuff. Remember, Argentina and the United Kingdom, or England, as everybody in the United States would just colloquially call them, fought a war in the 1980s over the Falkland Islands, which happened to have a whole bunch of oil on them or underneath them. But needless to say, a very, very interesting country with a very interesting past 100 years. And we know Javier, though, because of his conservative political points, the conservative policies, and him trying to really rein in Argentina's debt crisis, which they have had to an extreme degree. And, well, now we've got a little bit of something a little bit more interesting. Javier Milei risks impeachment after endorsing $105 million Libra rug pull. President of Argentina faces significant political pushback after a token he endorsed became a financial catastrophe for investors. And so for those that are not aware, just couple days ago, and so starting the 14th of February, the Solana blockchain token, Libra, started to pump, aka the price started to increase rapidly after the president of Argentina tweeted it out and said that it was going to encourage growth for the Argentinian economy. And, well, that didn't end up working out that well. So here we have the tweet that came out from the president of Argentina. Liberal Argentina grows. This private project will be dedicated to encouraging the growth of the Argentine economy by funding small Argentine businesses and startups. The world wants to invest in Argentina. He then presents the token contract for folks to be able to go out and buy it, and then goes with long live freedom. Darn it. And after that, needless to say, Libra token rose to about a $4.56 billion market cap on the 14th before falling over 94% to a $257 million market cap in just 11 hours since the token debuted for trading on decentralized exchanges. So saith Dex Screener data. And so this in and of itself was a huge whoopsie for the Argentine president, because he literally came out, endorsed the token, and then it immediately plummeted to nothing in comparison to the price that a lot of his supporters bought it at. That's not a great look. That's not a lot of fun. And needless to say, the Argentine government now is looking to impeach him. They're actually looking to throw out the president on account of the fact that he tweeted out about this cryptocurrency project. I definitely hope no one in the community was affected by this one. It seems like most folks weren't, although they did try to push it towards American conservatives. And so there may be members of the community who did have Libra pushed on them. I'm not certain. I personally had not heard anything. It wasn't advertised to me. I heard about the project. I heard that it was going to happen, but I didn't have, advertisements popping up. I didn't see any conservative podcasters that were supporting it. But needless to say, a lot of people lost a lot of money real darn quick. And the reason is because they believe in the president of Argentina. Milei has amazing ideas. He made a huge mistake, essentially a huge mistake, by endorsing this cryptocurrency token. And now, well, it's led into this whole insane little narrative that continues to be ongoing. And so let's jump to that one. This isn't some random effing scam. Hayden Mark Davis, mastermind behind crashed Libra crypto scam, says. So, Hayden Mark Davis, the man behind the Libra token endorsed by President Javier Milei, which cratered in value, appears to be holding $100 million of investors' funds, but insists that it's not a random scam. And so, Sunday, February 16th, turned out to be a disaster for Argentina's president, as political opponents threatened an impeachment trial after he promoted Project Viva la Libertad, also known by its ticker Libra on X. And so Viva la Libertad would be a throwback to some of the freedom fighters of South America, in particular the Bolivar, in regards to that. But it didn't work out well. And so here's the Libra chart. I'll go ahead and try to get a little bit of zoom in. I guess I'll accept the cookies so they'll get out of the way. But needless to say, the chart, an immediate up and then a precipitous crash, as the vast majority of people who had been given tokens, insider traders, folks that had been given tokens to promote it, folks that had been given tokens to advertise, or folks that had invested very small amounts of money in its development were given a lot of tokens and then were allowed to just sell immediately. And that resulted in a lot of money being stolen, a whole lot of money being stolen. All right. It is. It's a very interesting one. I'm going through and kind of looking at some of the comments on this. It's a interesting one. It's definitely another warning to essentially anyone who is a public figure. Stop trusting these random crypto dudes. I mean, essentially, this is the same idea as a president of a country, the leader of a country, getting tricked by a scam. And that's what happened. He got tricked by a various scam. He decided to go ahead, put it out there, brag about it, act like he knew a lot about cryptocurrency, and well, now it may be the end of his political career on account of it. And I mean, how is he really going to recover from it? From a perspective of the people, from a perspective of trust, it's going to be viewed as a massive, massive mistake. Massive. All right, though. Let's jump to our next one. I am curious to see some more comments and what everyone else is thinking about it, because he has really been touted as a paragon of conservative values and of reformation for South America. I mean, there have been countries in South America saying, hey, we want to adopt the same idea of political reform as Javier Milei. He's famous for his chainsaw shenanigans, where he says he's going to take a chainsaw to government spending, which is something that he honestly has done in his tenure as president of Argentina. And so this is a very upsetting bit of news for the conservative movement in South America, because this is going to be used by his political opponents to really cast a lot of doubt on how much they can trust conservative politicians and say, hey, I mean, he couldn't even keep your crypto safe. He endorsed a scam. And by doing so, well, it's going to be fruitful ground for his opponents in the country, and it'll be interesting to see whether he can politically recover from it. Think about, as Mark the Silver Shark threw in here, it's Hawk Tua. Hawk Tua was the third most popular podcast on the planet. And then some crypto dude convinced her that she needed to launch a meme token and that they were going to make a bunch of money and everybody was going to be happy as a buttload of clams. And, well, it didn't work out that way. And I think at this point, it should be well known amongst any public personalities, do not launch meme coins. Do not endorse random cryptocurrencies. There's a reason you don't do it. It's because you can't trust the people behind the computer screens unless you know them. And this is just another one of those. The only difference is it occurred on an international scale. And so now there are international law enforcement agencies looking into pressing charges against Milei. We've got appeals to United States law enforcement agencies to prosecute the crime, because there were many, many, many American citizens that were affected by it. It's created an absolute nightmare for a buttload of people. And so just keep that one in mind as you're out and about. And also, if you have any type of political stance out there, or any type of public any type of public following, do not endorse cryptocurrencies. Don't do it. Especially do not ever do that to a small scale crypto token that it's just launching. If you're going to endorse anything, endorse something that actually works. Oh, Nature Girl, love your t-shirt. Yes, 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 yes. Whiskey business. Whiskey business. This was actually a gift from my mom for Valentine's Day. And so I'm very happy to be wearing it. Hey there, Baja Girl. Oh, yeah, be interesting to see who gave him the info. And well, apparently, Savvy, the info was provided by this fella. And so this fella apparently is the crypto consultant to President Javier Milei. And so Hayden Mark Davis was the mastermind, aka the guy that actually met with the Argentinian government. So this is not something that just came out of nowhere. Hayden here met with the government back in 2024, sat down with Javier, and he talked to Javier about how Argentina could revolutionize their economy with the blockchain. They didn't talk after that point, and then Hayden here releases a cryptocurrency. Javier goes, hey, I remember that kid. We talked about things. He sounded like he was trying to support Argentinians, and so he supported him. That's the current narrative that is ongoing, is that that's the entire reason behind it. Oh, yeah. Well, Jeremy over there, did Zach share that you can buy crypto now? You can buy coffee with crypto now. Actually, you can buy cryptocurrency. You can buy coffee with cryptocurrency on the website for Freedom Force, something that we thought was very, very cool. I will make a little tutorial at some point, but for those that are curious, when you do come over, you do actually have the option to buy with crypto. And so it requires you to click down here on more payment options. But when you click on more payment options, you do end up with the choice to go through and actually buy with crypto. And so you'll see it right here, BitPay, pay with crypto. And you're able to pay with XRP or Ethereum or anything else. And so that is particularly cool. But back to the regular podcasting. Yep. Neil, don't do meme coins. Don't do them. Hey, you can make a lot of money, but keep in mind that it's a game of musical chairs. Somebody is going to lose. And ultimately, when it comes to the meme coins, you need to be the first person to find a chair. And when I say find a chair, I mean the first person to sell. You need to make certain to sit there and wait and watch in order to sell. Savvy, Buddy Zester goes scooting around the room in his skivvies and socks with sunglasses on. I'll have to work on that one. I will have to work on that one. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It depends on what floats your boat, I suppose, Savvy. Might be a win, might be a loss. I suppose it just depends. All right, there, guys. Let's get into our last couple of articles, and then I will go ahead and start getting ready for the next one because I'm excited, actually, for Pop's podcast this evening. And so, well, he said it was going to happen, and it's happening. Trump's promises are coming to fruition. Bitcoin mining industry created over 31,000 jobs in the United States. Bitcoin mining companies serve as important employers and taxpayers in their local communities. And so, as Trump promised, we are going to start mining Bitcoin inside of the United States. Well, it's occurring. According to a study conducted by the Perryman Group and published by blockchain advocacy organizations, Texas Blockchain Council, and the Digital Chamber, 12 U.S. states account for the majority of Bitcoin mining activity in the country. Now, primarily, this is Texas. Texas has had the most jobs created with over 12,200 jobs created as a direct result of Bitcoin mining and industries that support the mining sector, generating more than $4.1 billion in GDP annually and supporting local energy utility infrastructure by acting as a load balancing resource for the electrical grid. Not a huge surprise. This is something that really is ramping up because now mining companies and investors are going, okay, it's safe to spend the money. It's safe to start expanding. The worry was always that the Biden administration was going to shut down the power because, yes, mining Bitcoin takes a lot of electricity. And there was always that fear that because of the green processes and the green industries, that they were going to shut it down at some point. Now companies are hiring and are expanding. And we see that it is coming to fruition on the blockchain. US Bitcoin miners are growing their share of the network hash rate. Companies inside of the United States have grown their share of the Bitcoin network to about 29%, up from around 20% a year ago. And a lot of people question why this is so important. And also, I would argue 29% is not near enough. But this is important because it means that the vast majority of the people that are earning the new Bitcoin that are coming into the market are in the United States. And we need to think about this in the same way that we view oil or we view gold or we view silver or uranium or platinum or plutonium. We need to view it in the same way because the countries that are creating it are becoming net exporters of it. And this is very important when you take it into the framework of the tariffs and the ongoing trade war that should have been continued for the past 5 years, but is only really being reinvigorated with Trump's reinauguration. This trade war between the nations, and Bitcoin needs to be considered in the same way. Because when a nation like China produces all of the rare earth minerals, you become extremely dependent on pumping money into their economy. Essentially, it's just a net loss for every other nation because they sell us their neodymium magnets, and we don't have anything to sell them back. They sold us a raw material that we cannot replace in terms of import-export. We can't sell them anything back with it. Why would they when they're the people producing the material that's so important? Bitcoin fits into that same category. The nation that is producing it is bringing money in. The Bitcoin is mined in the United States. That Bitcoin is then sold to foreign markets. It's sold to investors in Europe, to investors in China, investors in Singapore, in Africa, in South America. That means their money is coming to the United States. That is why it becomes so important and why it's something that we need to really, really think about. These are the people that are making or mining the new Bitcoin, aka it's never been in circulation. That means when it's sold onto the market, that money is coming back to the United States. And we need to start viewing Bitcoin in the same way that we view a precious metal, a natural resource. The nation that produces the most of that national resource is going to have an extremely good balance sheet because they're going to be exporting more goods in terms of a monetary value than they're importing. And so this is why this is something that folks need to be remembering, is that, yes, why is it important that we mine Bitcoin? It's not just because We want to have control over the sector. We want to have the ability to bring dollars into the United States. It's the same idea as Trump going after tariffs on China or Trump going after tariffs on Mexico and Canada. This fits exactly into the same fundamental logic. We want to be net exporters, not net importers. We need to become a manufacturing nation. And Bitcoin and cryptocurrency is something that we as a nation are absolutely capable of becoming world leaders on, in the same way that we are capable of becoming world leaders in regards to net energy exports. And so Trump is viewing it, and as I think he should, and everyone should, he's viewing it as another version of the black gold that he always references oil or petroleum products as being in terms of drilling inside of the United States. And so it's the same logic. It's drill, baby, drill. In this case, it's mine, baby, mine, which does have some funnier different things you could play around with it on. All right. Let's see what all questions, though, that I missed during that one. Yes, D. Flynn, CoffeeZilla did an interview with $100 million man, the guy, Hayden, over here, who is currently holding that cryptocurrency ransom. Yes, he did have an interview with CoffeeZilla. All right. Oh, there you go. Neil Brooks, I'm starting to mine Bitcoin. There you go. LG Lady, how does someone get a job mining Bitcoin? Well, you can either start your own business, which I would go ahead and say is very expensive to start, maybe post RV. Post RV, I would love to set up a massive mining facility and let people invest into it in order to participate in the market. But ultimately, LG Lady, if you're going to start your own Bitcoin mining, it is pricey at this point in time. But there are ways to go ahead and start mining Bitcoin that aren't as costly. There's things like group pools where you pull your money together in order to purchase hash rate. There are a variety of different ways to go about it, LG Lady. But if you're just looking for a 9 to 5, well, the industry requires essentially everybody from top down. In particular, the high-paying jobs are going to be based around computer science degrees, electrical engineers, computer engineering. But there's also all the tertiary jobs. There's the cafeteria, there's the cleaning, there's the power, there's the landscaping. So many other jobs that show up around it because it's primarily a gigantic warehouse or even a fairly small one that is just producing an insane amount of heat and needs an insane amount of electricity. And that's really what the facility is doing. If you're just going to break it down to brass tacks from a managerial standpoint. All right. Yeah. I don't get mining a coin for the internet. How much time to what paid? What's the benefit? Well, Savvy, what you're doing is you're verifying or you're authenticating transactions on the blockchain. But yes, Savvy, if you're just sitting there with your computer and you're trying to go through and mine on any of these proof of work blockchains, you're not going to get a long way. It takes a lot of computing power, which is currently the way that people view that is they view it as amount of hash rate. And essentially, that's the computing power of your devices. Your miners, how much hash rate are they pushing out is their way of saying, hey, this is how much computing power you're pushing into the network. It's just an easier way of kind of looking at it. Good guy, Derry, little crypto miner. What's up, good guy? Welcome. D. Flynn, how will the audit of Fort Knox affect crypto, especially if there's no gold? D. Flynn, if there's no gold in Fort Knox, Bitcoin's about to skyrocket. Absolutely skyrocket, D. Flynn, because anybody and everybody that currently is sitting and holding gold and believes that there is a large amount of gold being held in Fort Knox or being held by the United States government, and we find out that it's not, cryptocurrency is going to become the outlet for conservative folks' money. And when I say conservative, I don't mean conservative politically. I mean conservative economically, financially conservative people, because there's a big distinction there that needs to be made. Precious metals are very much a conservative investment, not politically, financially. They're a conservative investment because you're tying yourself to a precious metal or a precious resource that is not designed for speculative purposes. And so a very aggressive or speculative investor would not invest most likely in gold or silver. They would be investing in a new startup, or they'd be investing in an innovative technology. It's a very conservative thing to invest in. And so I would imagine that those investors, the folks that are viewing value, scarcity, supply as being important, if we were to see that the United States doesn't have any gold, crypto is going to be the beneficiary of that disclosure. All right. Oh, he is. He is just absolutely losing it back there. Let's see if I can't get yeah, now he's got it sitting there with him. He's not letting go. He is the funniest one, I think. He is an on bird. Tony, what have you done? Tommy has got this thing wrapped. Okay, buddy, it's okay. I promise I will give it back. I promise. I just want you to stop wrapping it around your neck. All right. Good. Yeah. Tommy and Tino are having a lot of fun in the background this evening. Oh my. George, Savvy's suddenly worried about a leather collar. Savvy, don't go there, George. I'm not certain what's going on in the chat room at the moment, but it seems interesting. All right, though. Everybody, thank you so much for joining. I'm looking at the time. I'm going to take a bit of a break, and then I'm going to be jumping over to the original Mark Z for his stream. And so see you guys over there. Love you so much. Please be safe out there. Take the lesson learned from the cryptocurrency endorsed by the president of Argentina, Javier, as another warning. When you're out there and you're looking at things, no matter how legitimate they seem, stick to the tried and trues. Not financial advice in any form or fashion, but please, guys, do stick to the things that actually have fundamental value. Stick to projects that are building the future, and you'll be a lot safer. You may not make the millions of dollars in 24 hours that you'll see some stories about in terms of folks that bought into meme coins or bought into the most recent craze. But ultimately, you'll sleep far more soundly at night, and you'll be investing in the future, not investing in, well, next week. So, all right, guys. Love you. Talk to you very, very soon. And looking forward to Wednesday this week. I've got something fairly exciting planned in regards to the stream or video. So, see you guys soon.